Hey there, kiddo. Don't you know how to greet a new pal? Come on, shake my hand. Sorry, kid. Got you with the classic hand buzzer gag. You're gonna have to watch out if you want to keep up with old Sans. That's me, by the way. I'd ask your name, but I think kid's a bit easier to remember. Gotta save all that remembrance space for my vast collection of brilliant jokes, right? Stop me if you've heard this one. Why did the skeleton leave the party before everybody else? After a few hours, he'd found it tibia drag. T- tibia. Tibia. That one might have been a bit tough for you. Don't worry, we'll get you up to speed soon enough. Anyway, it's a chilly day outside. The wind is blowing, the trees are all iced over. On days like these, kids like you should be bundled up all warm next to a fire. Well, I don't have much to offer in the way of hospitality, but it might be a bit warmer over at my guard post. Just, keep an eye out for my brother, Papyrus. He's usually out patrolling around this time, and he might stop by to hear some of my wonderful jokes. If he does, just duck down under the counter until he leaves. Why? Uh, uh, you don't need to be worried, but we've kind of been ordered to keep a watch out for humans such as yourself. Something about capturing you for King Asgore. I don't pretend to know stuff about what the royal guards are up to these days. That's more my brother's shtick. I'm too busy coming up with new jokes and working on my booming hot dog distribution company. My brother's way cooler than me, though, so he's in with some of the Royal Guard bigwigs. He's actually been looking to become one of them for some time now, so he'll pretty much do whatever they ask. He's a great guy, though, so you probably aren't in any danger. Nothing scary about a tall skeleton in armor running around hunting humans, right? Honestly, I think he's got more of a future as a pasta chef, but I want to support him either way. So, you coming or not? Sure, it'll be a blast. Like one of those fabled sleepovers where baby bones get together and stay up all night telling scary stories and having a ton of fun. A skeleton, that is. Skeleton. Don't worry, I've got plenty more jokes where that came from. By the way, this may sound a bit weird, but have we met? No particular reason. I just. Never mind. It's right around this tree here, and here we are. Welcome to my humble guard post. Huh? No, I don't actually live here. I have an actual house over in Snowden, but if we go that far, we'll have to pass through Papyrus's checkpoints. Again, I don't think there's any particular danger, but better safe than sorry. And at least sitting keeps us safe from the wind. Wouldn't want you to catch a femur. Femur. Anyway, feel free to sit anywhere you want. While you do that, I'll look into getting us some heat. The sticks outside are too cold and wet to build a fire, but maybe I can make one if I rub these ketchup bottles together. Well, I appreciate your skepticism, but we won't know unless we try. So, I've got a question for you. Do you think even the worst idea can work? That every idea can be a good idea if you just try? Here's a better question. Do you want to have a good time? Because I can't imagine a better time than sitting here fruitlessly trying to make a fire out of plastic bottles with my new pal. Here, let me show you how it's done. See, I have quite an impressive collection of ketchup bottles here. Some of these vintages are pretty valuable these days, but surprisingly enough, most of the other monsters down here don't seem to share my appreciation for the small things like condiments and the like. But anyway, let me see if I can find another suitable bottle here that I think might make this whole thing work out for us in the end. Here we are. Alright, and now I'm just going to rub these two bottles together and let's see what we can get out of this, huh? Okay, so the first hurdle we are encountering is that smooth plastic rubbed together does not actually create a whole lot of friction. That might be a problem. Science has never been a really important thing down here anyway. Well, at least not for me. Yeah, I think you'd actually have to find a scientist for that, but I don't know, she might be more interested in building you a sexy robot than a fire. People are weird down here. We just try to kind of keep to ourselves to avoid overcomplicated interactions. Okay, well, I might have a few more rubs in me before I give up on this idea, but I think you might have had a point earlier. This doesn't seem to be actually be going anywhere. Okay, yeah, that was not particularly productive. Well, we can just pretend that there's a fire. See? If you look at it with your imagination, we have a nice big roaring fire right there. Doesn't that imaginary fire just fill you with warmth and determination? So, is there anything you want to know about this place? I've lived here quite a while with my brothers, so... Me? You want to know why I didn't attack you like all the other monsters? Look, there's somebody I made a promise to. It might sound dumb, but my friends and family are more important to me than what King Asgore wants. I don't usually make promises, but I could tell this was important to her. So I promised I would help any human that came out of the ruins. Of course, I didn't promise to be friends with those humans, so this is just my personal choice. And when I saw you, I feel like you remind me of somebody. A good friend. Anyway, there's nothing particularly funny about that story. Do you want to hear some jokes instead? Here's a real showstopper. Skeletons are known for being really honest. They never tell lies, just small fibulas. Okay, maybe jokes just aren't really your thing. That's cool, I'm sure there's plenty more we can do around here. I could play you some music if I had my trumpet, but I think I left it in my room. maybe we could do today's crossword puzzle instead. It's easily the hardest one I've seen, and I'd appreciate the help. Okay, let's see. Alright, here we are. Grab a pen here. Okay. Alright, so I'm looking for a 9-letter word for a self-operating machine or robot. What did... an automaton. Huh. I've never heard of that before. I've heard of a metaton, but not an automaton. Huh. I guess I really am not really suited for science. Okay, I'll write that down here real quick. Alright. Next one is a 7-letter word for a ghost or non-visible entity. Spectre? Oh, obviously, okay. I actually met a ghost once. He seemed pretty nice, but really shy. Liked my jokes, though. Okay, I'll write that one down. Alright, number 3, I'm looking for an 8-letter word for spiders. Arachnid. That's a new one again. Just haven't heard of that. Oh, by the way, have you been to the spider bake sale? I don't think they actually get a whole lot of business, so I try to stop by and grab a spider donut or two every time I get a chance. Anyway, I'll write that one down. Alright, number 4, a 9-letter word for marriage. Matrimony. Okay. There are actually 2 dogs living in Snowdon that are married. That's pretty rare around here, but they seem really happy. So I'm happy for them. I'll write that one down too. Alright, next one, number 5. 13-letter word for the resolve to go on when all hope is lost. You know what? I think I actually know the answer to this one. I'll go ahead and write that down. Hey, you okay there, kid? You seem to be drifting off a bit. Sorry if this crossword venture isn't as entertaining as I'd hoped. I should have had something more interesting for a kid your age prepared. Oh, you're just tired from everything that's happened? Well, all I ever do with this post is nap, so I can tell you for sure it's a good place to rest if you'd like to catch some Z's. Here. You can use my jacket as a blanket. I don't actually need it to stay warm. I just use it for looks. Let's see. Here we go. That should help. Why don't I tell you a story to help you on your way to Dreamland? Alright then. Once upon a time, there was a kid much like yourself. This kid was also a human that had fallen down into the ruins. There they met a horrible creature that tried to convince them that the only way to survive was to kill others. And just as the kid thought they would die deep beneath the earth, never to be found, the kid was saved by a kind lady who just happened to be passing by. She showed the kid the power of compassion and mercy, and taught the kid that fighting was not the only way. She offered to let the kid stay in the ruins with her forever, but the kid wanted to find a way out instead. The lady feared deeply for the child's safety, but eventually conceded to their wishes and let the kid leave the ruins. From there, the kid met many trials and dangers, but amidst that fear and struggle, the kid used mercy and compassion, just as the lady had taught them. As a result, the kid made many friends, and those friends helped the kid on their journey. Finally, the kid met with the king of the underground, who had been trying to use humans as a way to help free his people. But once again, the kid held out against the king's misguided ways, and even defeated the king's son, who had died tragically and turned into the horrible creature that first greeted the child in the ruins. The kid managed to save everybody, and it seemed that all would be well in the end. But after many years passed, time eventually took its toll. The friends that the child made passed on and disappeared, yet the kid seemed to be stuck, stagnant and unable to join them. Loneliness replaced the warmth and joy of earlier days, and the kid desperately wished to be with their friends once more. With no other option left, the kid did something unspeakable. They undid the happy ending, resetting everything and bringing time back to when the child first arrived. Through determination, the child discovered the ability to reset time itself and start everything over. And having left the ruins once more, the kid greeted an old pal like they were new. I wish it hadn't come to this, but I'm happy to see you again, Frisk. Sleep for now. You've been through a lot. You deserve a rest.